Well, one that I'm really interested in implementing is called Mommy and Me Talk. And only because I have teenage females in my home, and the social dilemma is real. It's really real with these children. And even as, as much as I am or consider myself awakened or in the knowledge and in the know, my children who are right under my wing right here in the same house as me, because I did not steer them away from that at an earlier age, have already become addicted to the phones and the social media and the way that the social media makes the women or the young women feel like they have to look to be accepted or to be popular or to get the likes. And my children, I have watched them get sucked into that cycle where my 13 and 15-year-old are all about their looks. They can't do anything. They're homeschooling, but they still want to get the hair done and get new outfits to post on Instagram. And I'm like, I mean, at some point we have to do something to make a change. And so I'm at, I feel like it's never too late, like I don't feel like children are lost, like a lost cause. You can't come back from there. They just have to understand the importance of what they're doing, the psychological damage that is being caused in their children. So it's going to be kind of hard for them. So it's us as parents that have to come together, and women and fathers, mothers and fathers have to come together and say, look, we have to come together as a collective and figure out what we can do to teach our children and to have them understand their self-worth, to appreciate and value the beauty that the Most High has blessed them with from birth, and that they don't need all of these enhancements. And I've locked everybody's in my house hair except my oldest. And I couldn't get her. She was already like, no, 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 I'm not doing this. I want to wear my braids and my weave. And so now she's 15 and there's no turning back for her. As far as her hair is concerned. So I just don't want to lose all aspects of her and get her totally consumed in this Babylon world that we're in. So I wanted to come together with some other mothers and our children and talk. One, I feel like it'll help the children, because what I learned is children they take information, they receive it better from somebody else, anybody else other than their parent, right? So if we're all coming together and there's one particular mom that like, oh, I kind of vibe with that mom. Okay, well, talk to that mom. We come together as mothers, because if you don't feel comfortable enough talking to me, if I know that there's a collective of women and we're raising our children together, we're trying to help each other, and we all have the same morals and we all have the same philosophies as far as how we want to raise our children, I'm comfortable with my child opening up to you, because I know you're going to provide them with the same guidance that I would provide them as so to your child. If they're not comfortable coming to you, maybe they can come to me, and just having that circle. And not only that, but because this platform is for adults, because of the financial aspect of it, you have to be 18 years or older. I wanted to engage the teenagers into the platform with us. This is a way that they can meet each other. And because you want to be popular, but let's give them something else. Let's change what is popular. This is what this platform is about. Let's change the narrative of what makes you get a like. I'm like, I don't want to see your butt hanging out, your stomach showing, your boobs hanging out. Like that right now is the only way. Your tongue hanging out your mouth, that the young girls know that they're going to receive a like. If I stick my tongue out, I know I'm gonna get a like. But if I just smile, nobody might not like my picture. I hate that narrative that we have for our young children. It's like we are raising them to not value their worth. We're raising them to settle. We're going to raise them to be misused and abused and mistreated, because ultimately the platforms, they just make you have lower self-esteem, because you have to do all of this, and this is the only way that I'm gonna get a like if I take all this makeup on my face. So when I take it off, I feel like I'm worthless. I feel like I'm not beautiful. So I'm going to always keep it on, you know? And it's like, I'm just tired of the cycle. And I want to come together with some other women that feel the same way and say, let's talk about it with the girls. Let's be open and honest and have open conversations and try to shape their opinion, get them to understand that there's a better way, there's a better way. And you can have friends, collective friends, because if you think about it, more than likely, if you think about your experience, like in school, you are who you hang around. So if you are around this group in school, or these are your friends and they're doing this and that, you're either going to do this and that, or you're going to change who your environment, you're going to change who you surround yourself around. So I want to provide them with other young ladies whose parents are trying to do the same thing. And hopefully as we change and we get this shift to change, this conscious shift to change for these young ladies, they'll have friends that they can talk to about things like this. And it's not like, oh, my mom's just crazy. Let's talk about my crazy mama. You got a crazy mama too, because the kids think I'm crazy when I try to keep them from doing certain things. They don't understand it. And now it's so open. And, my daughter's like, oh, my friend, in school, she's gay. And it's not a big deal, Mom. Why are you getting mad? Because she's gay. Like, you're mad at her. She has a choice. She's able to live her life how she wants to live it. And, this is the argument. So everything is like free will. Like, it doesn't matter, she's able to be gay. There's no problem with it. And I will never stop being her friend because of that. And, I'm like, I'm not trying to choose who you're friends with, but I know who you're around. And I know people can influence people to make choices and decisions that they may not have otherwise made if they weren't influenced by, those individuals. So I'm just trying to put more positivity into my girls' lives and hopefully have other mothers or fathers that want to join. And, the focus is on our children and making sure that they just understand their value and their worth, and they don't get sucked into the social dilemma that we see all of our children actively being sucked into.
Thank you so much, Candace. Wow, that was beautiful. Man, you got me excited. I want to be a part of Mommy and Me now. Damn.
I, Candace, I can relate, and I'm so with you. I want to be a part of this because we have to take back our children. They do not belong to Babylon, and so we have to take them back. What I've been doing recently with my son, because he's yet to want to engage a lot, and so I said, well, if you play your game, then you will learn who the father is. He wakes you up every day. He hits you in that chest and wake you up. You don't do it on your own. And I said, so this is an expectation that I want you to learn. He came to me, he wanted to lock his own hair. And I was like, okay, this is something he want to do. But people was like, oh, you letting him do. And I said, he is learning. And this is who he identifies as the young prince that I'm teaching him. I said, you're a leader for our people. You will lead the people one day for the Father. So this is how you identify. Embrace your locks. Don't let nobody tell you they ugly, they cut them. I said, our hair is our universe. So don't worry about what people say. But it's still a struggle because everything else looks so glitz and glam to them.
Yes, it
So
does.
how can we create a platform here for our children to take them back? Take control of our children back. Our young ladies think, oh, you got to dress a certain way to do all this. Like I have a 30-year-old and I struggle with that because I'm telling her and she's like, Mom, nobody wants to dress like you because I cover. I said, well, the Most High said we are to be modest, that we are regal and royal priesthood. So royalty, this is how I'm supposed to look. Nobody's supposed to see me but my husband. But my husband. And so no matter how I pull in it, I get the backlash. But something I've been doing with my son, I said, okay, I want you to learn the 10 commandments. I want you to find them. And then you are to come to me, give me one and tell me what it means. And what do you think it means to the Father? And so we've been doing that the last couple of days and everything. And it's been such a rich conversation. It's been a very rich conversation.
So much game in there. We don't even know. It's about the right perspective. We spend so much time in the Christian church getting it from the wrong perspective that we a lot of times we shun it. We end up shunning the word. You know what I mean? But when you get perspective shift, that these are your forefathers and that your whole identity, background, culture have been stripped away. And the only way to get back to your royal state, to your powerful state, is right here in the Old Testament. You know what I mean? Given that game, and in a lot of the lost books that were taken out, that the Vatican and other places are holding. But you know what I mean? We have a foundation in the Torah that can show us how to conduct ourselves in righteousness. And righteousness means just in right order, man, to be back in our position, right order. We in the hierarchy of life, we supposed to be at the top. So righteousness is nothing but right order, back in position where we're supposed to be with the Most High.
Exactly. Hallelujah.